into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Whoa, Candice. Whoa, Candice.
Hello, everybody. What's up? Yes, your acapella didn't have anything on that leg.
It had nothing on that leg. I looked up and I was like, leg.
Yes. Well, I have room tonight, so I thought I would like bust it out for y'all
and
out
you
there.
Did, and you held it.
I did.
I can't do that for a real long time.
See, the fans don't know that I'm actually like 6'2" behind this table.
She is. she's my height. Yeah, she's a glamazon.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, with that, I'll take it. What's up, everybody, and welcome to tonight's reclap. Woo! All right, we got Alyssa in the engineering booth doing the clap too.
Hi, Alexis.
Alexis.
Hey, everybody. I also did the reclap.
She did it.
I love it. All I see are hands.
Yeah.
Well, now a face too.
Yeah.
I see you. Ooh, and the fade down.
Right. She's so cute. Y'all can't see how cute she is. She's got this red streak in her hair and cute little stockings.
She can put the camera on her.
Yeah.
She looks like she could be wearing one of the costumes from the show.
She does.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
She could rock it. Well, welcome everybody. Again, welcome. We appreciate you joining us tonight. I think congratulations are in order because we made it almost to the end of the season. Yeah. This is season 5, episode.
And it's not over.
200 and whatever.
5,500,483.
Never ending.
Yeah.
Never ending season.
You remember Lamb Chop?
No.
This is the song that never ends.
Oh.
This is the show that never ends.
Well, it's interesting, because I thought that we were going to be done, last week, and then I was pleasantly surprised to be blessed with another 3 weeks. So
I know, right?
Yeah.
It totally
It's like
ruined my schedule.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because the Australia episodes are in the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
And I can finally talk about it.
Well, I'm sure the fans are wondering at this point, we have a little bit different of a panel tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Christy and JJ actually have opportunities tonight on the red carpet interviewing for the Reality TV Awards. So I think JJ is going to be calling in and giving us the DL. Maybe the ALDC girls were going to be there. We're not sure, but she's going to call in. Hopefully she can around 8:30 and let us know what's going on. And we have an amazing co-host tonight.
Thank you. That was such a great introduction. I'm so happy to be here. Total ALDC fan, Dance Moms, been watching since season 1.
Yay.
Can't wait to recap tonight, or reclap.
And who are you, my handsome friend?
Who are you? You didn't say your name.
Oh, I completely forgot that most important information. My name is Vivian Adaobi, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at vivaciously Viv.
Vivaciously Viv, and she is in that stunning green dress.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Only for my ALDC fans.
Yes.
And of course, everyone, I'm Tony Moore.
Oh, you're so handsome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You can find me at Lounging with Tony.
Lounging with Tony. Before we begin, I had an amazing fan make an avatar of myself.
I think she made one for me too.
Well, where is it?
On my Twitter, at Lounging with Tony.
Okay, well, she calls herself Nia's Nation.
Yes.
At Gabrielle Nia
That
1.
is so cute. Look at her.
That's super cute.
Yeah. She made me an avatar, and I love how professional looking, yet you know,
very like
fashionista savvy.
She can go
is
from the runaway to happy hour, back to work.
to soccer practice.
She's got the heels on. She's you know, working the hip. She's sassy. She's a
Total
man.
personality
You
going
know,
on.
you look like this girl who played on Days of Our Lives named Shelley Hennig.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
In this Avatar. Look her up.
Well, I could always just, you know, morph into her if I look so
can.
much like her and take her paycheck every week.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great plan.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just really appreciate you, Gabrielle Nia1, making the avatar of me. It's just, she's so cute.
She is cute.
I'm going to put her everywhere. Facebook, everywhere.
And while we're doing shout outs, I want to give a little shout out to Sarah McCluskey. I got your tweet. I saw your video. Thank you so much for performing to Nia's song.
So we are here. Thank you again, Sarah McCluskey. Shout out to you. And we are here to recap season 5, Seeing Stars. So this is the reunion that we've had in the past where the girls get to show their show-stopping routines and the moms
Get to talk a lot.
get to talk a lot and argue a lot. Okay. So this is the reunion before the ALDC flies off to Australia and actually moves to LA. And so you're going to be really excited to recap the next couple of weeks.
I'm going to be very excited to relive the 2 weeks that I had in Australia with the ALDC. Maybe I'll share some pictures that I haven't shared.
Can you give us maybe a sneak peek of your experience now? Or just a little teaser?
Well, it was an interesting experience. I got to see like the behind the scenes look at everything and how everything is done. And I got to work a lot with the girls, and they're all very professional and they're all very fun. I do have to say, and I'll give this tidbit, I now understand the riff that I noticed between Holly and Jess and then everyone else.
There's a big divide that you were saying. Okay.
Yes. And I felt that, but I didn't understand what was going on. And now watching the episodes, I kind of see.
It all makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but I treated everyone equally because I'm very far removed from the situation and had no reason to go in hating anybody.
Yes.
So hello to Jess and Holly and Jill and Melissa.
Everybody.
Very
and
diplomatic
Kira.
of you.
Yeah.
And keep watching. We're not done yet. After this episode, we have 2 more episodes. Keep subscribing and keep tweeting us, which you've been really good doing.
Yes.
Okay, so the episode starts and Jeff Collins is ruling the sofa
Again.
sofa roost. And except this time, instead of having like silver hair, he's traded his silver hair for a nice shade of carrot.
Oh, he's definitely preparing for LA now.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I was like, fame, and he has a spray tan.
Well, you know Jeff Collins, he says it at the beginning. He is the executive producer, so.
He said it many times.
I think he's pretty proud.
Yeah, I think he's pretty proud. Is he nice? Have you met him?
I've never met him.
Okay.
I've never met him.
Well, he had a big spray tan and a lot of foundation.
That
He
actually gave me
did.
so much joy tuning into the episode and seeing how he's changed.
Yeah.
He's changed too.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a nice shade of carrot.
Listen, he's got money. So
Money,
he
yeah.
is like flaunting.
Yeah, he's making money at the cost of these children. Don't get me started on that.
Oh, goodness. Then we'll get into child labor laws.
Yeah. Stop slurping your water. Anyway, okay, of course, Abby is first up on the stage with Jeff, and he feels the need to ask her about her relationship with Holly. And, of course, it's very damaged at this point. I think it's probably the past of the point of no return. Abby feels Holly's jealousy runs really deep.
I don't think it's jealousy. I
don't
think,
either.
I think any parent would want to see their child being treated fairly and equally.
Definitely.
And I think that's where Holly is coming from.
Exactly.
You know, Holly feels like this season she is just left by herself, to defend for herself.
She's kind of like an island.
Yeah, and no one's like, and I get it when you see a side and you see what's going on and you're like, am I the only person that sees this? Like, it gets you frustrated. So
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that Nia's actually been able to shine this season, and that's part of why there is a schism. Because before, she was always in the background, never getting any attention, not getting noticed, always overlooked. And as a fan, it's nice to see that her mom, Holly, is fighting for her. Fighting to get Nia into the spotlight every now and then.
Yeah, they're both being leaders. Abby said that she thinks that all of her dancers are successful because they are chasing Maddie's success, Maddie's fame. What do you think of that?
I think Maddie has her own fame. I think Maddie has worked hard to be noticed. So I think that it's one of those things where it's like, this is her time. This is her,
It's always
opportunity.
Maddie's time.
But
It's always Maddie's time on the show.
But she's been the star pupil since season 1. And even before, listening to the story of Dance Moms and how it came about and everything like that, a lot of the moms who interviewed for Dance Moms always mentioned Maddie and Melissa. So,
Why were they doing that? Because
Maddie was like the little starlet.
The one.
Yeah.
The face.
Yeah. And I don't think she doesn't act like that at all. She's just as hardworking. The kids have a very close relationship, but I think for me, I think it's just one of those things where people take notice to Maddie, and the opportunities have come. And it doesn't mean that opportunities won't come to everyone else.
Exactly.
I just think that it's Maddie's time.
Well, she does have that star quality. You look at her when she performs, her face lights up, her whole body is performing. It just emanates out of her. So you can tell that's something that isn't just cultivated. You kind of have to be born with that performance style. So
it's that it factor.
Yeah,
that
the
no one has ever been able to explain the it factor. But
No, but she has it.
Yeah.
But I disagree with what Abby said when she said a bunch of kids were jealous of Maddie, and that's how, that's not true.
No.
I don't think any of those girls are jealous of anybody. But you're right. Like, the Sia thing, that was her time, and that worked out.
Yeah.
But other things will work out for the other girls. Like,
Exactly.
that's already happening.
Yeah. I think that I don't think it's jealousy that the other kids have. It's that, is it my turn yet?
Right.
Because it's like when we see our friends succeed, we're happy for them, but deep down inside we're like,
Well, I want that job.
yeah, I want to do that.
When's that coming for me?
When
Right.
someone's going to notice me.
Look at me. Pick
I'm
me.
ready.
Yeah.
I have my resume.
Notice me, Horton.
Yes.
Look at my cover letter.
Yeah.
It's in pink.
Yeah.
Notice me, Horton.
And it's scented.
that?
That's from Suzuko the Musical.
Oh, I was thinking more Here's a Who.
That, yeah.
I knew what you were talking about, Tony.
No.
Okay. Thank goodness somebody does. Thank goodness you girls do. Okay, so Holly comes to the couch and Jeff plays the clip of where Abby is lying about the headshot thing, saying only certain girls will succeed, and it clearly shows that she's saying that. And then she says that she lies and says that she didn't say that. What do you guys do?
Oh, Abby.
Just as Holly said, just own it. Own what you say. There's no reason why. Abby has always said something and said it and meant it. So she said it. Own up to it.
Exactly. And I just feel like Abby does, when she's mad at the moms, she goes after the child. And we see that so many times. And she actually agrees that. She says, yes, I go after the child because the child knows the truth. And that just did not resonate with me. Abby, it was really hard for me to watch because she's one of those people who will never admit that she's wrong. Well,
Right.
well, if she's caught in a lie like this, she'll never say, oh yeah, I did say that.
She's messy sometimes. Oh, a lot of times.
Yeah.
It's very messy to involve a child into something that's definitely between two adults. And a child who just wants approval. They just want to do something right. They want to come in, dance, perform, and have everyone love them and not...
And have a good time.
Yeah, have a good time with their friends, not deal with their parents' backlash. That's so awkward.
Yeah, I thought it was funny when Abby was trying to smooth it over, and she was like, well, the girl taking the headshots was a very good friend of mine, and Holly was like, what does that have to do with what you said?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah. Oh, can I want to mention, I don't know if it was this time or if it came later, but Abby said, I have 17 kids on Broadway, and someone was like, why is it always 17?
Exactly.
Like,
it's been 17 for a while.
Like, does that number ever increase? I thought that was funny. I giggled.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Did she ever name all of the 17? Do people know who they are?
She hasn't named, but I remember there is a guy who is involved in the show Wicked. I think his name is Mark.
Okay, that's
So
good.
I heard that story.
Okay.
I heard many stories.
And then one of the questions that Jeff asked each of the moms, like, what's your favorite moment? And at first I was like, oh, that is so cheesy. But then I was like, well, it's nice to incorporate a little bit of positivity in all of this, like, jargon, because this has been these women's and children's lives for so long. So, you know, I saw Holly's face light up when she was talking about, like, back in the day when they started the routine. And so I thought,
Did you see how little they were?
They were so cute.
And like Vivi was there, and like Maddie was like yay high, and Mackenzie was like yay.
Mackenzie may have been like just out of a toddler at that point.
Yeah, she did her little mouse routine. That was cute.
Oh my gosh, these kids.
Yeah, and then they come on with Stomp the Yard.
Orange is the New Black.
I've seen it.
Orange is the New Black.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I love that.
Yeah.
I was totally into it.
You didn't watch it, did you, Tony?
Oh, you're gonna call me out. I did not watch all of the dances. I watched some, but not all, because I'm very familiar with those dances already.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I think I watched enough of it for the both of us, because
Good.
I'm really into the show Orange is the New Black.
Yes.
And they have a new season coming out soon. So when
Yes.
they did that routine, I watched it like 2 or 3 times.
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I saw it every time we were in Australia. In fact, I participated one time.
Okay.
Oh.
Not in the actual dance with them, but like at the end, Abby told me to come out and go, it would be funny if you went out and was like, I thought orange was the new black.
Well, anyway, it was a very good.
Missed the cue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good routine. I like the mixture of the routine.
Yes.
Yes.
I do love that routine. It's fun. That's a fun routine. They all look great doing it.
Do you feel like do you feel deja vu? Like we've already been here before, talked about all of this stuff? I know that we have, but okay. All right. So Jeff brings out Jill and Melissa to the couch.
Yes.
And questions them as to why they think that Holly doesn't feel supported. And I was like, Jeff, you produce the show, right? I mean, why are you asking them? You're the one that writes this stuff.
Right.
So, and you know, Holly feels like her friends are more fearful of Abby than anything, and then they reveal that they, you know, don't want their child to miss out on opportunities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basically agreeing with everything she just said.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where when you feel like someone is in your corner, you're going to do what they say, so that way it doesn't mess up any opportunities for your child, because, you know, it may not work if you step out on your own.
Right.
You know, and then when you have the wrath of Abby, who it's very hard to get back on her good side when you've, you know, done something else, i.e. Holly and Nia.
Right.
You know, you just always want to stay in good graces. So I think that's what the majority of the moms are doing now.
And you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you. I feel like
Right.
that's the main fear that the other moms have, is we're going to mess up one time and we're going to be banished from ALDC forever.
But it should just be reminded that this is a wonderful opportunity for them as a whole. Like, you know, the creation of this show, if it were not for this show and John Corella and Brian Stinson, who created the show, these opportunities wouldn't be there.
Right. But I think the differences between Holly and Melissa and Jill is that Holly knows that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for her daughter, but she also knows that this isn't the end all be all. You know, this isn't it. Nia's going to be successful no matter what she decides to do. And it's not life or death, even though it is television and it's really exciting and it's a lot of money. You know, Nia might want to go to school to be something else. Or
Right.
I just know that like Holly knows that she's going to make it with or without Abby. And I feel like Melissa is like, you know, clinging on to Abby. She feels like Abby's way is the best way.
Definitely. And I think it's also important to remember that the girls are so young.
Yeah.
They still have so much room to grow and change their minds.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like the parents feel like, okay, well, since they've been doing this dance thing for so long, this is their career path for life. So we need to make sure that it's perfect. And we do everything that we need to do to ensure that it happens the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the screeching conversation turns to Nia and Kendall's video, which we've chatted about before. Jill goes on to say that, you know, Holly had an advantage that she didn't have because she had this person and that person and Hollywood fame, and Jill only had Abby. And
Which I thought was a slap in the face to Abby.
Kind of. I was actually really surprised that she said that because she's so. I just feel like Jill is, you know, watching her what she says and trying to just say all the right things to like not make people mad.
Bottom line is, they both have songs out. They both got videos. The people behind those videos, honestly, doesn't matter.
It really only matters the views, and they both have.
Both of the videos are great. Both of the concepts are great.
It's like apples and oranges. They're just different.
I mean, would Britney Spears be upset because Beyonce's team is different than hers?
Oh, she might be a little bit.
I mean, it's Beyonce. That's a bad example. But we know what you mean.
I'm just saying, like, you can't be upset at the people who are backing you and supporting you with your idea and your project, you know, no matter who's a part of that, you know.
Bottom line, they both have incredible opportunities that Abby Lee Miller catapulted in some way, you know.
Right.
I mean, I would love to have a song out and a video.
And then
I don't have no people.
I can be your people.
Where's my people?
I can be your people too.
Where
I
my
can be
people
everybody's
at?
people.
Where my people
I'm just trying to up my Instagram following. Is all I'm trying to do.
Oh my God, I know. But trust me, this world is all about who's following you.
I always get so jealous when I look at all of the girls, their Instagram followers.
Yeah.
I can't even get half as many as they do.
I can't either. And like I said once before, I have talent. I have talent. Just no followers.
You got an amazing smile, Tony Moore.
Thank you.
And then
Are we still on the videos?
not yet. I just wanted to touch upon that they keep comparing because they think Nia's video is inappropriate.
Yes.
But then what's the difference between that and, you know, the Shia LaBeouf video?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
I know it always feels like I always talk first, but I'm always excited. See, here's the thing.
Take it away, Tony.
Here's the thing is that, you know, I feel like they okay it because it's Sia. You know what I mean?
They exactly
Definitely.
do.
That's exactly what happened.
And I'm sorry to say, but Maddie got, or that video got a lot of slack for Maddie dancing with Shia LaBeouf. Now, it didn't bother me because whatever art creativeness they decided to play off of, I'm someone that can watch it and just appreciate the idea and concept. Mm-hmm. Same with Nia. You can't even really tell what they're wearing in Nia's video, in my opinion.
She is clothed, though.
Yeah.
She is, but I'm talking about the Kiss boys that they keep bringing up, the two guys.
Yeah.
It's nothing inappropriate. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the video because it's like the breakdown and they're just like living and all that.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't. Well, I don't approve of that. She'll never get booked, you know, at Nickelodeon. Well,
She'll be booked at Nickelodeon next year.
Exactly.
I mean, Maddie was still booked, and she did the thing with Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
I mean, and Shia LaBeouf, look at his record.
Exactly. He's still working. In this
fine.
In this business, you seriously just have to go with what works out and what feels good and your gut feeling. She had an amazing time. She looked great.
Yeah.
But what about Melissa's comment that she can't she couldn't comment on Maddie's video because she's not her manager? I'm like, well, you're the mom.
As a mom.
As a mother?
As a mom, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a momager?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be like to the manager, did you give birth to that child? Did you go with that child for 9 months?
Yeah, that
Exactly.
was a very ludicrous statement. Just, what do you mean? I feel like a lot of times she gives Abby responsibility for her children. Like, Abby is the decider in all things, and she just kind of, okay, I will, yes, whatever you want.
Well, it's like one of those things where it's like, you're still responsible for your child. Any mom in this industry is still responsible for their children. Do you think Kris Jenner will let her kids do something that she feels like is inappropriate, even at this age?
No, it was a mega cop out on her part.
Yeah.
As a mama, you gotta
be like, wait a minute.
You gotta stand in those shoes no matter what happens and no matter what anybody says to you.
Yeah.
That's your child.
And I feel like Nia just gets a lot of slack about, what she wore in the video and what she looked like, and Abby made the comment like, that doesn't even look like her, but she's kind of she reinvented herself, to have her own path in her own lane, and to say like, this is me. Just Abby's way wasn't working, so she took it into her own hands, and it is her. I think this has been the Nia that she's been all along. She just needed a little bit different path. approach. Yeah,
she's stepping into her own spotlight now, and that's the light is shining a little bit differently than when you're in the background.
This is how I always feel. When a new artist comes out and they do what I always call the studio album, like they do whatever the studio wants them to do, and then their second album is what they want to do.
Yes,
i.e. Pink.
Yes, that was exactly what I was thinking of.
And she was very hip hop and R&B, and then she decided to do her own, what she actually liked, and she has just
soared,
literally. Christina Aguilera went from Genie in a Bottle to Getting Dirty.
Yeah.
Fun times.
All support for Nia and Holly. Okay, so Kira and Jezelyn get on the couch next. And the part is brought up about JoJo's speech and about how Kira said, you got this for free and that for free, making fun of JoJo.
Right.
So Kira goes on to say, oh, we still laugh about it today. It's no big deal. She does admit, thankfully, that even if she did laugh about it, it's still not right.
Right.
Yeah. And then what do you guys think about the comment with Abby saying that Jezelyn's making a big mistake by not getting her a speech therapist?
I kind of agree, because I feel like Jezelyn's kind of letting it be part of her character, like, oh, JoJo has a speech impediment. That makes her so cute and quirky. But eventually she's going to grow up and she's going to not want to have a speech impediment. And this would be a great time to nip it in the bud. Yeah.
I had a speech impediment.
Well, did you get therapy?
I did. I took speech classes when I was in the first grade because I had a slight stutter.
Okay.
And
look how great you speak now.
I know. Very articulate.
Yeah. Well, coming from a new mother, as I am,
so cute.
People put their babies into speech therapy when they're like 2.5, 3 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was in the first grade.
Yeah, or if you have a real issue with your speech, I mean, it is fixable.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jezelyn has a good reason. Maybe.
I really think it's she's a cutesy little blonde, and she talks like this. And that's sad because she's a really talented dancer, and I'm sure she's talented in other realms as well.
Yeah.
You don't want to do something that could hold your daughter back.
Yeah.
And she's not going to be able to act,
It's true.
She's not going to be able to.
You got to say those R's.
To be the triple threat. Like, I can't imagine. And then, JoJo's been made fun of at school for her speech, and so she's homeschooled. She's been to like one semester of school.
And that's sad because she's a very social kid. You could totally tell.
Yeah.
So.
She doesn't want to do math in her PJs. She wants to wear her bow and have a good old time.
I wish I could have done math in my PJs. I would have had a nice bowl of Frosted Flakes doing addition and subtraction and addition.
You would.
Although I was a very social child too.
Were you?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
I always let people have one. So that's your one.
Okay.
Next time, I'm going to tell you to have several. Seats.
Already sitting.
Okay.
That's strike two.
Okay. So JoJo performs Prom Queen, which is
I love that one.
It's just so mature beyond her little years. I mean,
But she watched Carrie to embody the character.
well, she may have between that episode and this episode.
She did.
Oh,
She
yeah.
did the last time.
Well, I think like a tiny bit of it. I don't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a grown man and I don't do horror.
Oh, me neither.
What if
Even watching her performance can be a little scary for me.
What if I squeeze fake blood everywhere? Like I'd be like, ah, you know.
It's JoJo.
So what's that mean? She doesn't care? I think she does care, and people are just kind of push her beyond her limits with the, Kira thing and the blood thing, and
I don't know.
Poor JoJo.
She doesn't strike me as someone that lets things get to her.
man, well,
I could see that with her
Yeah.
too.
That's great.
I think she has not a thick skin, but kind of a nonchalance about it.
Yeah, she's gonna be one of those kids that's just kind of like when someone walks up to her and's like, "You're stupid," she's gonna be like, like she's just gonna look at them like, and in her mind she's thinking like, "You're stupid for saying that," and then she's gonna walk away.
Yeah, she could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, JJ's on the line. Hi, JJ.
Hey, you guys.
Hi, JJ.
Hi. How's it
Oh my gosh,
going?
it's my favorite Dance Moms after show host.
Get up, get on the floor.
Yeah, we've got Vivian in the house tonight.
Hi, JJ.
Hey, lady, thanks for joining us. Great episode, huh? Drama?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
all kinds of drama.
How's the carpet, JJ?
Okay, well, I'm in my car now, which is good because I was so cold by the end of it that I was shaking. So I got in the car and I immediately took off my heels.
That's
And,
very important.
It was great, you guys. It was so great. The first thing that happened was I saw Maddie, and she was one of the first people to arrive. And she didn't do any interviews, but she walked through and took a couple photos and then went inside because she was presenting tonight.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this is the Reality Television Awards. It's the third time they've happened here in LA.
Yes.
And so, but she just looks totally adorable. And I managed to grab a snapshot of her. I don't know if Alexis is able to show everybody.
Oh, do you have that? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's the one with Holly and
nice.
Nia.
Cute dress.
Do you have one with Maddie? Oh, there.
Well,
There it is.
Yeah,
we
I
see
did.
one of Maddie. She looks
let
adorable.
me tell you, cute, right? I had to like, climb over people to get that photo, but I got it.
Good.
And yeah, she looks totally cute. Yeah, and then I got to talk to Holly and Nia.
Yeah.
That was so exciting, you guys. They were like, "Oh my gosh, we just saw you." They really had a good time when they visited AfterBuzz, so that was neat.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I love her dress. It's really cute.
Wow, you look great, JJ.
And then I think we
Thank you.
see one of Abby as well, right?
Yeah, Abby was there.
There she
Oh my
is.
gosh. Okay, we only got to talk to Abby for a few short moments, but it was super, super exciting. And by the way, okay, we talked to JoJo as well, and she talked about her song that she just had come out,
Uh-huh.
and which is really cute, that I listened to today. And she said she's going to be doing a music video to it.
Oh, good.
And then Nia you guys, so much great reception on her video.
Mm-hmm.
And she also confirmed for us that she's going to be collaborating with Coco Jones, so that's exciting.
Nice.
And then we saw Kehlani and Kendall and Jill and Kira. That was exciting. Okay, so Abby, is that what you guys want to hear about?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, what did she say? She should be very familiar with AfterBuzz.
She was so familiar, and she immediately also, we touched on the point that next week we're going into the Australian episode, and she said, oh, yes, Tony Moore joined us,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was neat. She looked awesome.
She does. She looks really good.
Yeah, she does herself up, that girl, and she just had a really good spirit. Like, she couldn't talk long, so she had to go in and present, but she's just kind of a funny gal, and I felt she was really likable in person. And the neat part was that she's nominated for 2 things tonight: Reality Queen
Ooh.
and the biggest villain in reality, which is it's kind of funny. right? And
Wow.
last year she won that. So I'm like, well, which is it? Which are you? You know, you're kind of both. You know, it's funny.
Well, that's fun. You got some great stuff tonight. I see you in this picture trying to like flag her down.
But you got her.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and there's Gianna.
Oh.
Yeah. Very
Yeah, she did
nice.
as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I'm glad. It looks like you had such a fun time, JJ.
Yes, definitely.
Well, it was fun, and let me tell you guys, it was so crowded. That was a crowded experience. But
Oh, I bet.
just a little bit more comfortable in the old AfterBuzz studio, I have to say.
I bet.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That looks amazing.
And you look great too in your dress.
Your nails match your dress.
Oh, yes. And the green is great on you.
Sexy.
Oh,
This is the other lady in green.
Oh.
Okay, well, I look forward to watching when I get home because I missed you guys' conversation tonight, and I can't wait to talk about Australia next week.
I can't wait either.
Tony is like busting at the seams. He's so excited.
I am.
All right. Thank you, JJ. Have a good night.
Thanks, JJ.
Good night. Thank you.
Woohoo.
That was fun.
That was fun.
It's so nice to see them away from the dance world sometimes and just interacting with other people.
I wanted to go so bad to that. Christy invited me, but decided to hold it down here.
You could have went. We could have talked about all this next week.
You could have you could have worked the show.
Well, no, I would have stayed home.
Yeah.
I would have.
Well, then we wouldn't have had a show, and I didn't want to do that to you guys out there.
That's very nice of you.
Yes, I'm a loyal person.
As Tony said quietly.
I can't say anything because I went MIA for like a few weeks. So
A few months, you were like,
oh, that is right.
Yeah.
Then one day I was just like,
Yeah.
come back.
You left a couple of us here not for a while.
I'm just going to sip my water.
Okay. All right, we got to kind of push on because we started late. I just thought it was really funny when Kira got accused that she needs to be seen. Kalani needs to be seen with these other kids. I couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
That was a little bit too much. As was Kathy with her megaphone.
Oh my goodness. That megaphone was just way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much going on.
Yeah. So
Kathy in herself is way too much.
she was. So let's just move on. Maddie gets to perform next. I love that solo, All God's Creatures.
Yes.
The way they put together, it looked like nothing, but yeah, it was like so something, her costume. Like, I just loved the little pieces, how they put it together, and she looked like a homeless person, but I liked it.
It looked great. Mm-hmm. Yay.
Okay, so then Jeanette comes out. And the question that I have is, does Jeanette own a dance studio or does she own a Sonic franchise with her cherry dipped cones and her Sonic hot dogs that she's apparently given to Abby?
I love that she's like, I went and got you corn dog. I'm like, who cares?
Exactly. Speaking of that, speaking of people doing things for her, they showed a tiny clip of Mackenzie rubbing her feet at one point.
That was so weird.
That's just, that is uncalled for at any time. You don't ever do that to people. She's not a idol. Anyway.
And Mackenzie's not an animal, a puppet, a slave. Like, why is she rubbing anybody's feet?
Yeah.
If anything, rub your mother's feet on Mother's Day, but that's pretty much it.
Exactly. That's well said. And then Jeanette accuses Abby of using Maddie for fame. So I think Jeanette should have come up with like a little bit more of a...
I think somebody should have talked to her before she went out.
That's what I was going to say. She should have had a meteor intro or something.
Yeah.
Or a zinger, something.
Yeah.
She's trying to stay on.
She is. But she's on. And Ava is too, and she did a great job last week. I actually wish she could have been there to perform her solo, but I thought it was...
What?
It was really good. Nothing. I guess you didn't like it.
The hurtful words?
Yeah.
No, I liked it.
Okay.
I just didn't like that because I just felt like the solo was created for the show to be like, oh, you know, Abby said these hurtful words to me last season, and I want to do a solo about it to get it out. Like, I wish they would have just said, you know, this is about when someone says stuff to you that's hurtful, but like not make it all about
one person and like give Abby all of that power and in a way glory. Yeah. You know, I don't like that.
This is for you, Abby.
This is for you.
That's how I felt like it was.
Yeah, and then we need to wrap up, but then there's the scene where they show, I don't think they showed it, but where Jeanette shows up at a competition and Ava is standing out there and Abby rips the jacket off of Ava. I thought that was just horrible to do to a child, and then people are trying to make up excuses. Oh, well, Jeanette asked for it because she shouldn't have showed up. Well,
that's so much.
Well, she wasn't with the ALDC, right?
No, she wasn't, but I don't know. She wasn't kicked off. She wasn't on.
She goes back and forth a lot.
She was just in limbo, I think. She wanted to be on. But it's just like, just own up if, you know, it's wrong. It is wrong.
And there's nicer ways to go about certain things. Like, you don't have to rip something off of a child. You can quietly go to their mother and ask them to remove the jacket since they're not dancing with ALDC or something like that. But, of course, that's not really Abby's way of doing things.
Right.
I just have a big problem when she can never admit when she's wrong. When there's, cost to a child like that.
That's life.
Well, life sucks.
I've heard that since the first grade. Life sucks. Life is not fair.
That's okay. Pandas are awesome.
So are cupcakes. And,
Well, if you like it, I love it. So that's what my friend told me this week. So I told him I was going to find any way I can to use it.
If you like it, I love it?
If you like it, I love it.
So he's just agreeing with you?
It's so sarcastic.
Okay.
It's kind of like when someone's like, when I don't even know how to compare it.
I like your red pants.
If you like it, I love it.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. Okay, I have to go really, really far left with this, but it's kind of like when your friend who goes back to the guy that cheated on them with,
yikes,
and is crying and like, but I love him. And it's like, well, fine. Well, if you like it, I love it.
Oh,
okay.
See, now you get it. Now
we're just like,
right?
Yeah. I've had that conversation with friends before. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, the Frozen Together dance comes on and saves us from
Fish can swim. Sorry, it's just ingrained in my head because that's the song they did over and over again in Australia.
All right, guys, we have to wrap up.
We gotta do nothing. Ain't nobody paying attention to you, Alexis.
We are too.
Obviously.
I am, and I'm in the hot seat. So
you are in the hot seat. You can do whatever you want because when I'm there, I don't pay attention.
Okay, so just to close it out, they're going to Australia. But not everybody is involved in all of the activities in Australia, like Nia and JoJo. And then Kathy's like, well, why in the heck are you going all the way over there if she can't be included in everything? And Holly is like, because I'll create my own darn opportunities just like I did in LA. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. I love that. And I'm not going anywhere either. What?
Right.
I said nothing.
That's Holly marking her territory, saying you guys aren't going to kick us out, finesse us out, manipulate us out. We're going to make sure our presence is known.
Mm-hmm.
They had to film the show, so everybody had to go.
Anything else y'all want to say about the show?
Can't wait for next week.
Okay.
Look for me.
News and gossip, real quick.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So, as JJ said, Nia is recording with Coco Jones, some really exciting work. And JoJo has a new song out called I Can Make You Dance. And I listened to it and I was like, hey, she's so darn cute. And her speech sounds really good.
Yeah, better in the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds really good. So,
well, you know how sometimes when people talk, they speak differently than how they sing. So maybe that works for her.
Yeah, I'm excited for her, and I'm excited to see that music video.
For JoJo.
Yes,
it's going to be super.
You know, it's going to be
it's
going to be so high energy.
Oh, has to be. That's her brand.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
All right. Well, where can they find you all?
Okay, you guys, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at vivaciouslyviv and at vivaciouslyvivian.com.
And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Lounging with Tony, and my website, loungingwithtony.com.
Work. And before I go, I want to give a shout out to Gabriel Nia 1, Philly T, Nia Sue 23, I Am Sarcastic 18, Allie at Tennessee Inhale, Anna Johnson, and at Maybelline Poet. And thank you very much for watching today.
Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at New Mom, New Wife, New Life. Also on YouTube. And Twitter at Candice_Camacho. And that's it.
That's it. Thank you, Vivian.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for
being
having
a part of
me.
it.
Yes,
so much
thank
fun.
you. All right.
you. That's
Thanks
it.
for the reclap. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.